Today we are going to talk about what makes a healthy marriage. Now, I will talk about just one aspect, which is communication. Over time, I have heard people saying, I communicated. So I asked, how did you communicate? They say, I told him or I told her this. No, communication is not talking at someone. It is explaining what you want to be understood, waiting for that person to give you feedback that they have understood it and that they agree with you. That is what we call communication in marriage. Now, communication is quite a complex issue because men and women communicate differently. Now, ordinarily, a man will communicate for fewer reasons, like one, to pass information, and number two, to get answers or solutions. But women communicate for more, many more reasons: to be understood, to connect, to feel supported, to bond, to vent, to ventilate, like talk and talk and talk and talk. So when we are talking about communication, sometimes it becomes difficult because two people, a man and a woman, are looking at the whole situation very differently. And this affects how people communicate. So you find while it is a basis of a very healthy marriage, communication is not happening because the man does not understand why the woman has to talk about things for 2 hours, and the woman is not understanding why the man is not giving all the details. So it becomes very tricky. But now, for any couple to have a healthy marriage, they need to work on their communication, where one person is able to speak openly and directly to the other person, and the other person is able to understand, hear, listen, and understand what they are talking about. And then the two people can agree on that. One of the reasons why marriages are frustrated and disappointed is not unrealistic, unmet expectations. Unmet expectations happen because people are not able to come out clear on what is it they want. I've had a few wives saying, my husband does not provide, and that frustrates me. So I asked them, have you spoken to him about what is it you expect of him? And they're like, no, it is obvious. Every man needs to provide. Now that is uncommunicated expectation. It becomes frustration not because it is not valid, but because the other person does not know what it is you expect. When it comes to men, they say, my wife does not keep the house neat, does not know how to handle children. And I ask again, have you communicated with her? And they say, but that is natural. Every woman needs to do that. Now, nothing is natural when it is not communicated because, again, we are coming from totally different backgrounds, very different orientations. So unless you communicate what is it you expect of your spouse, and communication has to be all the way around, from the issues of expectations to the issues of roles, to the children, even to sex, every area that has to work in marriage has to be well communicated, well understood, and both partners are in agreement on the way forward. Now, when the way forward is not met, then that is when it becomes unmet expectation, but it has been communicated. But when people have not agreed on an aspect, then that we cannot be able to, we cannot say that is someone who has not worked on it because it has not been communicated.